Louisiana, where the bayous weave a tapestry of life and history, lived Jocelyn Living Spirit. Jocelyn was a proud indigenous Native American, deeply connected to the land and his heritage. Known for his understanding of nature, he also crafted some of the finest sugarcane vinegar in the region, a tradition passed down through generations of his family. On a particularly humid July afternoon, Jocelyn prepared for his weekly journey to the Lafayette market. His 1964 Chevy Impala, a sleek classic equipped with hydraulics, was loaded with jars of his prized vinegar. The winding roads, the thick canopy of cypress trees provided intermittent relief from the scorching sun. The air buzzed with the sounds of nature, a symphony he cherished deeply. As Jocelyn neared the outskirts of a small parish, the unmistakable flash of blue lights appeared in his rearview mirror. He sighed, pulling over to the side of the road. This wasn't his first encounter with life. He was prepared. The officer approached with a stern expression, resting a hand on his holster. Afternoon, sir. Do you know why I pulled you over? Jocelyn, a man of calm demeanor and clear articulation, responded without hesitation. No, officer. I do not wish to contract with you. I do not accept your offer. The officer, clearly puzzled, raised an eyebrow. Excuse me? Investigation, Jocelyn reiterated firmly. I have the right to remain silent, and I choose to exercise that right. The officer's patience began to wane. Sir, I'm just doing my job. Your brake light is out, and I need to see your license and registration. Jocelyn turned slightly to face the officer, his voice unwavering. Officer, I understand your duty. However, according to Florida v. Royer, 460 U.S. 491, 1983, I am not required to participate in this stop beyond what is legally mandated. You must have reasonable, objective grounds to detain me. The officer frowned, clearly not expecting such a well-informed response. Are you refusing to cooperate? I am not refusing, Jocelyn clarified. I am asserting my rights. The Fourth Amendment protects me from unreasonable searches and seizures. If you do not have reasonable suspicion, as defined in Terry v. Ohio, 392 U.S. 1, 1968, you cannot detain me. The officer took a step back, reassessing the situation. All right, sir. But if I see you again with that brake light out, I'll have to write you a ticket. Jocelyn nodded. Understood, officer. I will address the brake light promptly. Thank you for your concern. With a reluctant nod, the officer returned to his cruiser, allowing Jocelyn to continue his journey. As he drove away, Jocelyn felt a profound sense of pride and relief. He had stood his ground, upholding his rights while respecting the officer's role. A deeper understanding of rights. Jocelyn's knowledge of the law was not superficial. He had spent countless hours studying the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and key Supreme Court cases that defined individual liberties. His understanding of the legal landscape was his shield and sword in encounters with authority. The principle he had invoked from Florida v. Royer was pivotal. The case established that individuals are not obligated to answer police questions and that mere silence is insufficient. One must actively invoke their rights. This is a critical distinction. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights do not grant rights. They recognize and affirm rights inherent to all individuals by virtue of their existence. Case law and constitutional protections. Jocelyn's invocation of Terry v. Ohio was also significant. This case introduced the concept of reasonable suspicion, which allows police to stop and briefly detain a person based on specific and articulable facts suggesting criminal activity. However, this suspicion must be reasonable and objective, not based on arbitrary or unfounded beliefs. Further reinforcing his stance, Jocelyn was aware of United States v. Brignoni Ponthor 22 U.S. 873, 1975, which stated that reasonable suspicion of criminal activity can justify a temporary seizure for questioning. Yet, this must be strictly limited to verifying or dispelling the suspicion. Similarly, Michigan v. Summers, 452 U.S., 692, 1981, allowed for temporary detention on less than probable cause during the execution of a search warrant, but only under substantial law enforcement interests. Jocelyn's legal acumen ensured that his rights were protected during his encounters with law enforcement. His refusal to answer questions and his clear articulation of legal principles ensured that any form of detention would need to meet stringent criteria to comply with the Fourth Amendment. A legacy of knowledge and rights. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the market, Jocelyn set up his stall. The rich aroma of his vinegar wafted through the air, drawing customers eager for a taste of his unique creation. As he handed over jar after jar, he couldn't help but reflect on the day's events. His story quickly spread through the market and beyond, becoming a legend in the parish. Jocelyn Living Spirit was more than just a skilled artisan. He was a guardian of rights, a man who understood the power of knowledge and the importance of standing firm in the face of authority. In the days that followed, people sought him out, not just for his vinegar, but for his wisdom. Jocelyn shared his knowledge freely, teaching others about their rights and the legal principles that protected them. His legacy grew, a testament to the strength that comes from understanding and asserting one's unalienable rights. And so Jocelyn continued his life in the bayou, ever connected to the land and the laws that safeguarded his freedoms. His story became a beacon, a reminder that knowledge is power, and that even in the face of adversity, standing firm on the principles of justice and liberty could ensure that individual rights were respected and upheld. Epilogue: the broader implications. Jocelyn's story resonated beyond the confines of his parish. It became a symbol of the importance of understanding one's rights and the necessity of legal knowledge in everyday encounters with law enforcement. His experience highlighted the critical balance between respecting authority and asserting personal freedoms. In a world where interactions with law enforcement can often be fraught with tension and misunderstanding, Jocelyn's approach provided a blueprint for others. By remaining calm, informed, and respectful, individuals could navigate these encounters without compromising their rights. As Jocelyn's legend grew, so did the awareness of the legal protections afforded to all citizens. His tale served as an educational tool, inspiring others to learn about their rights and empowering them to stand firm in their convictions. In the end, Jocelyn Living Spirit's journey was not just about a single encounter on a dusty Louisiana road. It was about a broader movement towards understanding, empowerment, and the unwavering belief in the principles of justice and liberty. His story, rich with the wisdom of the past and the promise of the future, became a testament to the enduring power of knowledge and the unalienable rights that define us all.
This story was inspired by Eon Channel. We're gonna end it right there. We're gonna have something on this channel called Law Stories. We're gonna create a story for y'all using case laws, federal and state laws, and we're gonna call it Law Stories. Peace be upon the world. Peace to the one that's watching.